Here you can see the Directing Clinician screen. The panel on the right is the Patient Records panel. Each name here is the name of a patient that the Directing Clinician is or will be caring for today. As you can see, there are several alerts coming in from technicians in the home. Yellow alerts are normal notifications such as completed reports and instructions. Gray alerts mean I have sent an instruction that has not yet been completed. Brown alerts with the small word bubbles mean the tech with that patient has sent me a chat message. And red alerts are urgent notifications that demand immediate attention. Patients with the symbol of a bed mean there is a tech with them in the home. If this symbol is a car, it means the tech is on their way to the home. Now let's switch over to the tech view and begin a visit. Here you can see the mobile version for the technician at patient's home. We are a tech that has just arrived at our patient's home. After logging into eShift mobile web, we open our patient list, select our patient, and tap the Open Patient Record button. Select Visit to start our visit. A geolocator then pinpoints our location so that when we select Start Visit, our location information is sent to our Directing Clinician to verify that we are in the correct location. Now our visit has begun. Immediately, we are prompted to complete predefined report tasks by an alert in the top right corner. When we select this alert icon, we see a list of reports to be completed. These initial reports are designed to provide the Directing Clinician with an initial sketch of patient's current state and environmental context, as well as key indicators that allow tracking of the patient's progress or decline. They are fully customizable to allow tailoring to the needs and requirements of the specific patient population being visited. I can also send a short chat message to my Directing Clinician apologizing for being a few minutes late. Let's start with the first predefined report. Forms can be filled in by selecting your answer using either touchscreen functionality or by clicking with the mouse. I am now going through this form and selecting appropriate responses. Now that we have completed our first task as a tech, let's switch to the Directing Clinician to see how this information was received on their end. As you can see, next to the patient's name, there are several notification alerts sent from the tech. When we click on a patient button in the sidebar, we are brought to our Patient Records Shift tab, where we can review the forms that the tech has just sent. On the Shift tab, all the tools that I need to interact with the tech are here. In Shift Details, within the For Review section, I can see the information that was just sent by the tech, which I've not reviewed yet. The Patient button in the sidebar shows me the count of these unreviewed items. In the Start Visit Details, I can see if my tech is in fact at the patient's home. When I'm done reviewing an item, I'll check it off as reviewed, which sends the item into the Shift History of this patient and reduces the count in the sidebar. After reviewing the information, the Directing Clinician may want a more detailed report. The check-in shows that the pain has not been controlled. I can go to the Dash tab to review the patient's pain history. Here we can see graphically the information sent by various techs over time and is a visual representation of the dynamics of the patient's condition. Let's say that the patient's pain is significantly higher than normal. Since I have concerns about the patient's pain, I will request more details from the tech by instructing them to complete a pain report. To send an instruction, the Directing Clinician clicks the Shift Instruction tab, which brings us to the instructions screen where they can view recent instructions and send a new instruction to the tech. There are three types of instructions: general free-form instruction, instruction for the completion of a specific report or assessment, and med administration instructions. Let's have our tech complete a pain report. We select Report Assessment, then the pain report, then we click Send. Now let's go back to our tech view. Back on the tech side, I see that I have a notification to do a pain assessment. The tech first accepts the instruction, which lets the Directing RN know that they plan to do it. If it cannot be done or requires more information, they reject it but provide the reason for rejecting. To perform the instruction, the tech taps the Complete Form button, which brings up the specified form to complete, which we will do now. Back on the Directing Clinician side, Upon reviewing this information, we decide the patient needs to have their pain medication administered. We go back to our instruction menu and provide our tech with an instruction for subcutaneous hydromorphone. On the tech side, the tech accepts this and is prompted to follow the procedure-based checklist. These instructions are fully customizable, as are all forms, to reflect local best practices. On this MedAdmin form, you can see there is a prospective checklist that I need to check off. When we come to the end of the shift, the technician is prompted to fill out a checkout report prior to departure. This lets the directing clinician know that the tech is leaving the patient with a caregiver or a loved one and is in safe hands when the tech leaves.